the playlist I created yesterday, I think, about emails I sent to banks that are hiding information on monstrous murder of my family. So there are 5 emails. So this first from the bottom up. So these first 5 were sent to all banks, and now I'm creating videos on each bank separately, what they did, what they answered to me. This is the only bank, so state-owned bank, Poštanska štedionica, that didn't answer. So I explained here why I'm doing this, why I'm creating these videos. And now since legal period of 15 days for banks to answer has expired, I'm now creating video on each bank separately. So sort of following this order, not really, but sort of. Now the next is OTP Bank Hungary. I will add here when I'm finished what these banks did. For instance, I will add here never answered. I will add here what they did, so that people who watch this can I think that this can be also accessed, of course, without this when I'm not logged in. So I will sum up everything, or maybe I will create a separate video as a sum up on how banks answered, but I think adding here should be enough. So the next is OTP Bank from Hungary, located in Hungary. Located means main offices. So let's first see if I mention that bank in I think yeah, I mentioned. Okay, this doesn't count. It appears that I mentioned that bank here. Banking the last email. What the hell? I need to mute this. Yeah, OTP, I mentioned them here because it probably has part of this video explained what they answered, showed what they answered. But now I'm creating this only about OTP Bank. So first emails that I sent to them at OTP, that's it. So yeah, 2 threads. This is the first one, their answer. So this would be something that I'm going to search vice versa in the opposite direction, but now this is what I answered to them. I will translate this after I comment this previous email. So this is what I sent them. That was the first email thread. This is the second one. So this is the first email. So these emails in this order correspond to emails from bottom up, videos of emails from bottom up. So this up to this one. So 5 videos of 5 emails. So first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, and this is for Slovenian ambassador. I'm not counting this here because I just created video playlist about ambassadors, about contacting ambassadors and embassies in Belgrade. So that's the video of email I just showed. So that was these were emails that I sent to banks, to that bank, OTP. Now vice versa, and this is when I'm going to start translating. So they send me three emails, and their last email is the most bizarre, really. So okay, so I described in these videos, sorry, in these videos what I asked about, I described in these videos about info I asked from the banks. So I asked about account of monstrous murderer of my family, and I proved that she stole more than 35,000 euros from my property. And I also proved that I'm acting as supreme prosecutor, so highest instance of prosecution. So let's see what they answered. They answered right after I wrote to them. This is the date when I sent my first email. So let's see. This is respectfully. Thank you for your letter. We inform you that we are not able to perform a check. We do not have the possibility of providing data to third parties. So they are ignoring the fact that I'm acting as state prosecutor, supreme prosecutor. They simply omitted that. Due to the law on protection of personal data in its operations, the bank adheres to blah 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 secrecy, because this protects secrecy and so on and so on. Although this client is a brutal criminal, brutally murdered 3 members of my family and so on and so on. So they're ignoring all these facts, and of course they cannot do that without the knowledge of Hungarian ambassador, because I proved monstrous murders of 3 members of my family are international case. So there are now way more pieces of evidence than it's needed. So the following are considered bank secrets, data known to the bank, blah blah blah, personal data and so on, data on balance, transactions, other data to the bank, the right to disclose information represented investigative judge, public prosecutor. So they totally ignored, they didn't want to mention that that I have proofs I'm acting as a citizen, I'm acting as state prosecutor, because prosecution ignored me. Blah blah blah. You need to file a complaint with the competent authorities. So they ignored the fact that I did that already and that they are ignoring me. Prosecutor court and so on and so on. So that was the first email. In response to email I sent on 18th, this one, 18th of October, right? Yeah. So that was their first email. The second one is on 23rd of October, and they stated here they hasn't changed their, informed that the bank remains with the previous answer. So let's see what led to this answer, which email. Okay, and when I'm doing this, I will check out this one as well. So, okay, so this is 4 p.m., the same date, and this is 4 p.m. 12:23. So the same day. So let's see what led to this. Which email led to this? Probably the one that I sent on 23rd. No, this is 20th, 23rd. No. Actually, they responded. Their second answer is a response to this email. Yeah, I addressed them directly. So I asked them to answer my email, my questions, or invoke the law that enables them to do the opposite, not to answer. Yeah, they didn't. There was no name and surname of person in charge. Only contact center and so on and so on. So I said that if they don't answer, next time I will contact ambassador, Hungarian ambassador. This is why they answered. This is why they answered second time. So I explained already in what was fourth video. Probably I think this one. Details from this email. So I'm not going to do this again. And before that, I need to explain this one. So I stated here that this is for legal office. Everything I sent to bank is for legal office, and I asked them here to explicitly state that I haven't taken role of Supreme Prosecutor. In case they refuse to send me data I asked, and so on and so on. And I gave them, this is very important, gave them another option. If the video material proves undeniable pieces of evidence are not enough, they can contact High Council of Judiciary and ask them to confirm this, that I'm not acting as Supreme Prosecutor. So they obviously didn't have the guts to do this. And I also mentioned that this legal period of 15 days cannot apply because this is international and it is with high priority. So I need to show this again. So the second email, actually I showed this, and this is where they added a person who is in charge. Actually this is call center, and it should be lawyer who answers, who should answer. Again, this lady, Vladislava Dragicic, again contact center. And let's see their third. Again, it's her again contact center. So she answered after that email on 23rd. because I mentioned ambassador. So the data you request in accordance with the law on the banks and the law, yeah. So somebody told them to invoke this law because other bank, I think AIK bank, which I explained here what they did. They also, I think they also mentioned that loan banks and the loan payment services, blah 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 blah, and the bank is obliged to keep this data but cannot disclose it to third parties. They are again claiming a third party without mentioning. I mean, if they stated explicitly, you haven't proved that you are acting as state prosecutor, supreme prosecutor, highest instance. So then it would be okay. Without authorization, the bank can provide data secrets only upon competent acting authorities, Minister of Internal Affairs, prosecutor, court. Okay, so this is the most bizarre answer that I ever received, probably in my life. So the bank hereby provides you with an explanation of the bank's legal obligations regarding the preservation of banking and business secrets, and hereby, so this part, and hereby in no way confirms or denies your request for confirmation of information and submission of data. What the hell? And I need to set this as the as the thumbnail. I can try using control. No, I cannot do it. So I will do it in Paint. Okay, so that was it regarding OTP Bank. I mentioned this in that other video, but again, I need to create this as a separate video for each bank. So that would be it regarding OTP Bank, and this video has other videos on each bank separately, except of course these two state Serbian banks, because I already forwarded all these emails to Serbian quoted government. So all these emails on all these videos on each bank separately are especially created for ambassadors or of banks of countries where those banks have main offices. So that would be it regarding OTP Bank. So there are 4 more banks that are left. I don't know, maybe I will combine these 4 banks into one video, because actually 2 videos, not 4 but 2 videos, because 2 banks are Austrian and 2 banks are Italian, but I think I will create 4 videos. I will decide in like a few minutes about that. But regarding OTP Bank, the story is over. Now the whole thing is moved to embassy, and if they don't answer, I will contact their government, so Hungarian government.